and welcome back to my channel. So a few videos back I did my iPad Pro unboxing video and you guys loved it. So I am making more iPad videos. If you're interested in seeing how I take notes on my iPad, how I use it for school because I went completely digital, hit that subscribe button because that will be coming in a few weeks as well. This is my iPad and this is the cover I was talking about in my previous video that I ordered from Etsy. Look at that. That is beautiful. Then obviously I have my Apple Pencil and I just have a blue sleeve that I got off Amazon, and I really recommend getting a cover for your pencil because your pencil is gonna fall. And before I had a cover on my pencil, it just got super dirty because your hand sweats while you write with it. And I also bent my tip once because it fell like this on the ground. When it comes to a keyboard, I did have a mini Bluetooth keyboard, but I really don't think it's necessary. People are overhyping that, as well as the paper-like screen protectors. So this is my lock screen as well as my home screen. I basically turned my wallpaper into my vision board. I am so in love with this, and if you want me to make a similar one for you with your goals and your aesthetic, go ahead and DM me on Instagram. It is going to be at a price. So as you can see, I don't have any apps on my home screen, and I like the look of this because I want my wallpaper to be visible. And then on the left side, the first widget is my verse of the day, and then if I swipe up, it's just a picture with the Bible app. Then I have the weather app as well as my calendar app, which shows me what I have to do during the day. The last thing is just all of the batteries, and then when I swipe, it's actually going to show my screen time, which I don't know why it's not showing right now, but it usually shows there. So then on the swipe down screen, I just have the silent button, flash button, screen recording button, Shazam button, which is just basically if I hear a song and I want to know what song it is. The last two is just a timer as well as the hearing thingy, which basically if I have my AirPods and I leave my device in another room, I can hear everything that's going on around that device, which is pretty cool if you're trying to eavesdrop. The first folder is called Connect. So on here I have all of my online apps. On Safari I just have a few favorites like YouTube, and then my school websites, as well as Putlockers, which is an illegal movie watching website, and then Microsoft Office. My reading list is just music sheets that I like playing on the guitar or on the piano. Then YouTube, everybody knows what this is. Email app is super self-explanatory. I'm gonna have to blur some stuff out here, but I have 3 labels: personal, school, and work, and I just categorize all of my emails into those 3 sections. After that, I have all of my social media apps. Then I have Pinterest, which I only use if I'm looking for quotes or cute background images. So this is my profile if you want to go follow me. I have a few boards, literally only 2. Facebook and Messenger, I literally don't use Facebook. I want to delete it. The only reason that I have Facebook is so that I can have a shop on Instagram, but Facebook is just so irrelevant in my opinion. It's 11:11, make a wish. Messenger is obviously the DM service of Facebook, and then I have the desktop WhatsApp version as well. Let's go to the next folder, which is the productivity folder. This is school apps and stuff that I use to get my life together. As you can see, I have the calendar app over here. I actually made a video on how I plan my life using the calendar app. After that, I have the reminders app, which I use this to create lists. I love lists. As you can see, I have my to-do list over here, shopping list, and I also have categories. I even have my fitness routine planned on here, as you can see. And then I have my content schedule. So I have a quotes category, which I come to if I need quotes for Instagram, and then TikToks, which I'm not making TikToks at the moment, but I'll just like plot it down there. And then all of my YouTube, I don't struggle getting inspiration for YouTube videos. Lastly, I have my bucket list, which if I think of something that I want to do in the future, I just put it in here. Moving on to my notes, as you can see, I use all of the Apple apps to organize my life, and in my notes section I have brain dump, which if I think of something and I just need to take note of it, I just put it in here. References, this is a new idea that I got from Michelle B, and basically every single time I see something on social media or I have something that I'm gonna have to reference one day, I have it on here as well. Now moving on to good notes. This is one of the main reasons I bought an iPad. This is how my Bible study book looks. And then the next one is my diary. Summaries, this is school related, and I haven't created a bunch of stuff in here yet, but basically I sell my summaries for school, and this is gonna be where I will be creating that. Then I have my workbook 2020. This is the book that I used for school last year, and then obviously I have workbook 2021, which is this year's workbook. I mentioned in my previous video that I don't have books for school because I use my iPad, and this is where I do all of my school stuff. I have all of my subjects listed here. If I go to my outlines, you can see that. All of the handouts, even textbooks, which brings me to the next app, which is Snaplify. So Snaplify is where I buy all of my digital textbooks. I don't have a lot. Let's go into my math and I can actually show you. The cool thing about the digital textbooks is that 1, it's in color, as you guys can see, and 2, it's a lot cheaper than buying the physical textbook. The next few apps are also school related, and the first one is Google Translate. I use this a lot for French. And then the next one is Photomath. I'm trying not to use this because I need to figure out the math problems by myself, but basically you can just scan a problem and it's going to solve it for you. Then Then I also have Microsoft Teams, which is what my school uses for online schooling, which we are currently busy with that. So I have all of my classes here on the left side. The next app is Zoom, and I do have this because I have conference calls on here. Then the next two apps is the Apple version of Microsoft's Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. So the first one is Keynote. This is the presentation app. Numbers, which is the alternative to Excel. I'm planning on using this for creating budgets and spreadsheets, basically sorting out my finances. And then the last one is Pages, which is the alternative to Word. I use this for writing speeches, anything that I want to print out, documents that I want to create. The next folder is the creativity folder. This is where all of the fun stuff happens, and the first few apps are just all of the basic ones: camera, photos, music, and podcasts. And then we have all of the cool ones. So the first one is Preview, and I'm gonna have to change the orientation for this, but basically this is the app that I use to plan out my Instagram feed. As you can see, I have a lot of pictures planned out ahead, and you can schedule them as well. If you click on a picture, you can also add the caption over there, and it's just gonna paste it for you into Instagram once you upload the picture. You can even edit your pictures using this. I don't. I use other apps, which I'm going to show you in just a second. Next, we have Lightroom, which is what I use to edit all of my photos. What I really like about Lightroom is the color feature, so you can change any colors of the picture and the luminance, and this is just so advanced. I used to use this to edit all of my features because I really like the A5. Wait, let me show you the A5 filter, but I don't use that on my Instagram pictures anymore. So now I only have Visco for my thumbnails. And then the last photo editing app I have is Snapseed. I used to use this for everything, but the only reason I use it now is for these two features. The first one is the healing one, and this I use to edit out pimples, or I can even edit stuff out in the background. Wait, let me show you. Boom. Then the last one is the brush feature. Basically, I usually use this for brightening up my eyes or even my teeth. If I go to exposure, you can whiten your teeth even. Then I have Lumafusion, which is what I use to edit my YouTube videos with. This is literally the iPad version of Final Cut Pro. There isn't a better video editing software for an iPhone or an iPad. Then I have Procreate, which obviously if you have an iPad, you need to have Procreate. I use this to create my thumbnails, which if you want a tutorial on how I do that, I can definitely make a video for you guys. I even made my YouTube channel banner as well as the wallpaper, and even if I just want to draw, I do that on Procreate. Files is where I back up everything. So on iCloud Drive, I have a few folders, and the first one is YouTube. I use this to back up all of my YouTube stuff. As you can see, I have all of my branding over here, even my media kits and my thumbnails. Then I also use the Files app to back up all of my photos because I don't like it when my photos are lying in my gallery. So in this folder, I divided my life into different sections, and then in every single folder, there's different subcategories that I like to save my photos in. Then obviously I have downloads, which is when I download something from the internet. Summaries. This is something that I had on a memory stick, but it's basically the files of summaries that I sold the previous year. So if somebody wants to buy it, I'll just email the file for them. Now, iBridge 3, this is actually a mobile app, but basically when I connect my memory stick into my iPad, all of the videos and stuff is gonna be in here. It's literally just a flash drive. And then the last two apps I have here is Voice Memos and Guitar Tuner. The last folder is the miscellaneous folder. So this, I have stuff that I don't know where to categorize it. So this is just a bunch of random stuff, starting off with my settings. So most of my notifications are turned off. I don't like getting notifications. When it comes to display and brightness, I also have night shift turned on from sunset to sunrise. For my screen time, I don't have downtime, but I do have 2 app limits, and that is on Instagram and TikTok. I'm only allowed to use it for 1 hour every single day. I do have Netflix and Watched. I have the cutest icon ever. It is the bunny, and I am currently busy watching Dynasty. Watched is kind of like Putlockers, but because it's an app, I really like using it. All you need to do once you download it is you have to add a server, and then you type in whoo.to, and then you're going to be able to watch any movie you want. It's basically Putlockers, just a lot better. Then I have my Bible app over here. I'm also going to make videos on how I read the Bible, how I study the Bible. But what I like doing when I'm studying the Bible is I'll open the Bible app, and then I'll open GoodNotes on the side, and then I'll read the Bible over here on the left side while I write on the right side. I also do this for Teams, so when I'm in a meeting, I'll have Teams open over here while I'm busy writing in my books over here. The next app I have is VShred. So basically a few months ago, I paid like 1,000 Rand for a workout program, and it's super cool. I use this as a guideline to creating my own workouts. Then I have Interval Timer, which I actually think I paid for this. You can create a custom set of timers dedicated to your workouts. Then I have the K53 South African app because I need to go get my learners and my driver's license. The app store is very self-explanatory. Shortcuts, I don't know what I think about this. And then the last app is Find My iPhone, which is what I use to track all of my devices. But yeah, that is everything that I have on my iPad.